going in.
Hello and welcome to Gold Gossip episode October 8th. I am Gliscor here, joined by Kory and Kingpin as always, with Narcoma again and our lovely producer Creon here tonight. We have a great show planned for you. We're going to be going over some matches from last week. We're going to be doing a huge tier list for every single player in the entire tier. So every single player will be able to be featured for at least a few seconds for this segment. So look forward to that. We'll be going over some key matches from this week, and then we'll also be having our annual or our weekly Chad Player of the Week. So it's gonna be super fun tonight. So let's start out with some of these matches from last week that we wanted to review. These are the featured matches, starting out with Frost Nova versus Eternal Blue. Did anybody watch this match?
Well, I was in a game, so we were all in games. I peeped it a little bit. I was surprised, but also I put all my faith in Kingpin's vouch that Eternal Blue were goated, and so I'm gonna blame Kingpin for any of my wrong predictions.
Fair enough.
I was trying to be different.
Also fair
Eternal-
enough.
You know what? Though,
Eternal
that's
Blue is
okay,
going. They're going through it right now. You know, no water in all the time, no wind.
I will say, Frost Nova do look good, and we scrimmed them like before their game a couple of days, and Shid Fard 420 Sigma is real, and it is the truth.
It is the truth. I know. That is a
This is lit.
it's a crazy Sigma. Kory, you said you watched the game. Do you have any?
I did not.
You did not.
but-
Somebody did it. Somebody said that.
Kingpin, I think, said it.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know if I watched the game, but
Oh,
I
Okay,
watched
no
like
one-
5 minutes.
yeah.
Oh, I'm peeking.
We would in between maps against Krakens, we would like pop in to see the score of Frost Nova versus Eternal Blue. Like, hey, what's going on? And
Yeah.
yeah,
I just had water in my DMs complaining.
Awesome.
did Water really
damn,
have?
son.
I think he was in
why are we
It
exposing
wasn't-
players over here?
He wasn't complaining about the team. He was just like, "I'm sad."
Yeah,
Oh.
that's okay.
Good save.
I'd hope
It
so.
happens. It happens.
He
You know,
loves.
if you're
Eternal
not
Blue.
sad about losing, then
Yeah.
get off your team. You know what I mean? Like you should be
True.
fueled.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't watch this match, but I watched back a little bit of Amnesia versus Empire, where that was like,
I mean, listen, not to say I called it, but like, I don't know. It's just there's just like Amnesia are just so good. Like it's less against Empire, and just like Amnesia are so crazy.
I seem to have legitimately the most unpopular take in Tranquility history, which I don't really see that much in B-Ball Man 69. I don't really think he's like, I think he's like solid, but
And
people
who?
always hype him up. Gabe B-Ball Man
B-Ball Man.
69 as like
Oh,
top tank player. I don't know. I feel like he's really struggled this year so far. I haven't really seen one game where I'm like, oh, he's like definitely like a really strong part of his team. Like they have great DPS players, they have solid support players, but I feel like the tank is really holding them back, in my opinion at least.
Yeah, their tank
Yeah.
is not very strong, especially for this meta. They should be a team that, like what Capital said about Krakens, that should just run Reinhardt. They should just run Reinhardt. They shouldn't try any Sigma shit. They should just run Reinhardt, put Gabe on Reinhardt, let him calm this team to victory, because he is a really great in-game lead.
Yeah, he is. He's a great leader. He's a great person. I mean, his Rissa wasn't really that good from stage 1, in my opinion. We're not really seeing that much from the Sigma as well. So, tough loss for them, but it can only go up from here, really. I mean, Amnesia is definitely the best team in B pool. I mean, you're going up against, I don't know what their future matches are, but you have a chance to beat Frost Nova, Eternal Blue.
it would just be those two, yeah.
I know, but I don't know which one's in order though. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
So,
I agree. That Gabe is probably like the weak link, but I think that Empire. I think it's a lot more than just like, oh yeah, tank diff. I think that whole team is like not really like it's not like cohesive ever. Like that's why they drop maps to like an Elam pool team like in Insidious, you know, like it's more than just, oh, their tank isn't quite as strong as their DPS and supports. There's a big just they don't feel all together ever. Like, you know what I mean?
It
Yeah,
doesn't really make sense because they're all friends too. Like they've been friends forever. So
I just think
It's
like
probably not an
I don't
argument.
know.
It's probably just like, I don't know.
hmm
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
either
just
way,
like
Maybe
you
that's the
can be
meta.
friends with someone and you still can't you still might not be a good teammate with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
like,
still
I
have
hate
to be
Creon.
responsible with them.
On God.
yeah,
Like,
They just-
we are terrible backline synergy.
they don't mesh, and that's okay. Like I think that there are some players that I think the problem is that they're not meshing, and Gabe kind of needs a good scenario. Not like, oh, he needs all the best players around him, but he needs like a stable team that will listen to him, and that like, you know, everybody kind of knows what they're doing, and they need to scrim a lot. And I think that they don't mesh and they don't scrim
They don't
that
scrim.
much. So like, I think it's just kind of they can't win off mechanic diff. I think that they just kind of need that team cohesion that they are lacking.
Definitely. All right, well, let's move on to this next match, which I'm going to be honest, I was a little surprised about because I thought they would bounce back. Kraken versus La Espada, 3-1 Espada victory. Clearly, Espada is the best team in the league. I mean, after this win, what do we think about it? Let's start off with Kingpin, resident Krakens player. What are your thoughts about that loss there, big guy?
we got beat. Plain and
No, but
simple. We
any
kind of
reason
we
why?
kind of tilted. We kind of got tilted. We were bringing each other's down. Like on Midtown, we were so like boomed. I wouldn't say boomed. We were just down on ourselves after losing Lijiang, and then we finally got a map win. Well, a fight win on Midtown. Like we capped Midtown first in overtime, and then we finished capping the map with like a minute left or something. But we just couldn't keep the momentum, and once we lost momentum, we could never get it back. So it's kind of just what happened. It's kind of the whole match, and we didn't practice any Sigma, and I think if we practiced Sigma going in, we could have stole a map or two more. So
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously they have the 2-0 lead, so obviously they're the better team. But I think, I don't know. I feel like any of these teams can be any of these teams. Like Apo, I think Espada is clearly at the top. At the same time, it's not like it's like 1, 2, 3. It could be like 1A, 1B, with like another team with like maybe.
I think Espada's clearly the top. They've beat in my opinion, a top 4 team twice. So
We'll see next week. 'Cause we play on my 7.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean,
scrimmed.
okay.
They've scrimmed.
We scrimmed once. I don't know if that's enough though.
I've
might
said
be too
multiple
much.
times before, MI7 could not scrim and walk into a second place, but I think teams have gotten too good to do that, obviously. So now they have to scrim or they will not probably get top 4.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Stop
Alright.
scrim.
Let's move on to, or I guess, does anyone else have any thoughts about this match? I know we haven't really heard from any of the Espada players. Anyone have any thoughts on your match?
I mean, it was fun. It was certainly competitive. I think the longer it went on, more it kind of got out of their hands. But it was a really fun game, and it was competitive. It definitely was not some steamroll from us, right? They took a map and they made it competitive. But
One fight away from
okay,
map 5.
listen. You've mentioned this, but it was only one fight away because one fight while we were winning, you C9'd us, and then the last fight we just AFK'd so that you guys had we went from like 40 seconds to like 10 seconds.
Yeah, so
Just so we could have that.
confirm
Like
If
it
we
was just like
Yeah, if I called a poke for B and Blizzard, then we win that last fight too. Mello doesn't Ajax because he gets
There's
it
a lot of
at
different
half health.
scenarios that could have happened. It's like,
Dude,
Yeah,
day,
it-
you know what I mean?
the third time you're blaming Mello?
No, I'm not blaming Mello.
Crazy.
No,
That's
I blame
crazy.
It
myself. I
always
didn't.
seems to happen. It's always like Melo didn't get beat
Yeah.
up or something like that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
that
I
was
called out
too.
myself. I said I could have called for him and Dong to push up because they're like 80 till they're they're like 88 on both their ults, which is Blizzard and B. And if I called to push up the poke, we get those ults. And Espada made a mistake by popping Queen and Blade at the same time, Yep, and if I called Mello to push up with beat, he would have beated both those ults, and then they would have been stuck in the blizzard because they used all their cooldowns to go in, and then we would have won.
Hey, it's just a what if, you know.
Yeah, it is a what if. Spada beat us. I'm not. I'm not saying that Spada didn't win, and we should have won, but no, Spada beat us. They should have won, and they did. So
it's okay.
they're about to.
It's all right to cope. All right, next
I'm
topic: Classified versus Tempest.
Oh my! This team makes me so mad.
What team?
Classified. Classified makes me so mad because I actually thought they were like me. It was like middle of like stage 1. Like we scrimmed them. I'm like, wow, this team's not bad. Like they weren't like farming us in scrims or anything like that. But I was walking away. I'm like, yeah, Classified's not bad. And then they've now lost 2 map 5s in a row. This was like a game they were about to reverse sweep too, right? Like Tempest reverse sweep. And oh my gosh, it's so sad. I really wanted to think Classified was a not like a great team, but like maybe a gatekeeper team, you know, from the middle pack teams to the good teams. But they're just losing to all the middle tier teams. So it's just.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you guys see in this team. I mean, they haven't had a quality win since week 1 when they 3-1 Tempest the first time around.
Like I said, all my hopium on them was from scrims, and I've played with like Halo File before, so it was all cope, but it's very upsetting that they lost 2 map 5s in a row. It's very tragic in my eyes.
I don't know if I remember. I might have been the only team that picked Tempest to win. Only person that picked Tempest to win.
Probably.
I loved it.
Thank you.
My guys could even without Shadow Fear, Manbro dude coming in at the last second.
The closer.
And just closing it out. Great win by the
Manbro dude comeback. It's comeback season.
The comeback story.
Yeah.
He always ends up going back to main support. He's always like, I hate main support. I'm done with it.
It's Manbro him.
He comes right
My
back.
God.
But yeah, like I was saying, I mean, I think Classified has some solid players, but I mean, they 3-2 silly seahorses. I mean, you can't if you're at top of C pool, you can't get into a map 5 with Evil and Pool team. It's just what it is. Like, even though they're still 1 tier away, like if you're gonna be the top of C pool, you need to at least 3-1 an Evil and Pool team. That's, I mean, they didn't do that. They haven't really shown that they can kind of compete with any of these other C pool teams so far. So
my hope for them is gone. I had my whole cope, but it's gone. I think they'll still pick up maybe a win or 2 in this like group, but it's not like
I don't think they win a game for the rest of the tournament.
Who else do they play?
I don't think
Gamma.
that's true.
They play Gamma. They play Gamma again, right? And they play
Gamma this week.
Maybe you know what? That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take at all.
Classified is definitely better than a lot of the Elam Pool teams.
Yeah.
I guess if they play an Elam Pool team in the lower bracket, yeah. Or could they also play a C pool team at the beginning?
How unfortunate would it be if they go at the stage and their first game is against like Culture, who just pick up like Hexo, and they just, I don't know.
They also might be a team that just has to get a win and get momentum going.
Yeah, I think they almost had it with the reverse sweep, but they didn't get it. And I don't know if you guys saw in Trans discussion, but they were taking it pretty hard. Like I think it was Clock that was taking it really hard.
Clock took it rough.
Yeah, and I think that like you have the mental fortitude to almost reverse sweep, but then not getting that I think just crushes you even more than if you just got 3-0'd. Because you're like almost there, and then it's like they gave us basically the game, and then it just comes crashing down. So I mean, hopefully they can get back on track, you know, get a good start in their next game, and then win. But it's looking a little rough right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but we have to move on.
We can talk about how you got reverse swept there, Gliscor.
Nope.
Want to talk about
that? That's not a featured match. That's not a key match to look at.
I think that's a pretty key match.
That's
a pretty key match.
I want to know what happened. All
right. I will explain what happened. What happened was we lost. That's what happened. We were up 2-0. We destroyed them the first 2 maps. Like it wasn't even close. Destroyed them. And then we played. I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, if we don't scrim, that's on us, right? We had never scrimmed Coliseum. We had never scrimmed Cervasa. That was our first time playing both those maps. It doesn't matter though, because that's our fault for not scrimming them. So we lose those against the Dragon Queen comps. Last map, we've played Gibraltar before. We are confident with our Diva comps. Just ended up, we were kind of upset about those last 2 maps, and then it didn't. They had the momentum from the 2 map wins, and we lost. It just happens. I think next time, if we just get practicing, we will beat them. I mean, we were confident up 2-0. It was not close the first 2 maps. If we had scrimmed the Coliseum a few times and had prepared a comp for it, we would have taken the win. But I mean, props to Wasteland for capitalizing on that and taking 3 map wins and winning. So, cope here. None. All right. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we are moving on to the ultimate tier list. This is going to be a very long segment, so bear with us, guys. It's going to be super fun. Everyone's going to get their name dropped at least once. We're going to be going through all of the roles, top 17 for each roles. Then we're going to be going into the top 17 teams, all the teams, and then at the end, if it's not too long and we have time and we want to go over it, we'll go through the yearly awards or whatever real quick, and then the MVP leaderboard.
Skip ahead
Alright.
3 hours if you want to go to the
skip
next.
ahead, skip ahead 3 hours. All right, are we starting out? We start out with.
I think we start at the bottom.
Let's start out with. Let's start with flex DPS. Let's not start with
Okay.
tank. Let's do flex DPS first. And we'll start. Yeah, we should take a look at I don't know. We could probably start at the bottom or top, or we could just
We
kind
do,
of take a name.
Top,
and
middle,
put-
bottom, and piece it there, from there. See how we
Yeah.
feel.
There are
Okay,
some
okay.
easy ones, definitely.
Like put people around the top, middle, and bottom player. I feel like.
Oh my
You know
god.
what I mean?
Whoopsies.
What's the matter?
What? It let me do this last time. Okay. We're good.
Yeah, we having some trouble.
No, we're good.
Okay.
I see it on the Discord stream. I can't. That's that's what I'm using.
Is the Discord stream wrong?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
the Discord stream is
sorry.
showing. There we go.
It's not bad.
There we go.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So
I'm trying to. Right. No bias.
who's
Number
putting this
one.
in right now? Who's putting this in right now? All right.
This is me.
All right.
What's happening here?
Let's back it up a little bit. Let's back it up. Okay.
I'm
We
sorry,
have
some
to.
names in.
We have to go. I think we have to go by. Should we start by team and then kind of mix them up later if we have to? Because I feel like just throwing people into the numbers is gonna be hard.
Yeah, I think we can
I
start
think
by
that-
team, and then
yeah,
just
yeah.
as we go, each role just put above or below, and then
Yeah.
keep
all
doing
right.
that until we have
Well,
something.
let's start off with. Let's go something different. Let's do.
Dynasty.
Frost Nova.
Damn
Frost
it.
Nova. Hatter.
And I think that's is that Hatter or Exino?
It's Hatter.
Hatter. Okay.
Is it?
I think so, as Zeno's playing Soj and stuff.
Xeno's also playing Echo and stuff, so
What the heck?
it's so weird.
I don't know. I mean,
Here, let me DM Xeno real quick.
yeah. Let's see. Let's start with someone else while we
Yeah.
figure that out. Let's start out with. Let's do an easy one. All right. Nediaj and Amira. Start out with that. All right.
I mean,
Consensus
Guys.
top 2.
Pretty good.
guys,
Guys,
I
no
mean-
Consensus
bias.
top 2.
guys,
No
no
bias.
No
bias,
bias, but
no
I
bias,
I
no
think
bias. But
team success does not necessarily mean that they're the best player.
no, okay, I agree with that concept, but I think that those two are a major drive for our team.
It definitely is a drive. It definitely is a factor.
a large factor.
I think if there was anyone that would contend for that top spot, it would be Tanic being in Winter. I think, in my opinion. I mean, but I
Well, I
think
can't put
you
Winter
guys
there
are. I think you guys are.
one.
I think putting you guys at 1 is totally reasonable. But I think if there was to be another DPS player or players, even though we just picked up Winter, obviously he's established himself as a good player. That would be the people that would contest that. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I agree.
Xeno wants to be classified as a hit scan, so
All
Hatter
right, he wants so
doesn't
okay.
exist.
So Hatter will be the Flex DPS.
Yes.
I think we could
Okay.
try. I think it'd probably make more sense to just go down the list, just so it's not all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Top 3.
Back
So
to
number three, I feel like I put Brian here. Sensa.
Brian. I haven't seen him play, so I can't
Ryan is good.
test.
He's a great player. He was awesome with Beat Drop Bears last season for in Discord tier. He's the same. I mean, MD's just one of the top teams right now. He's obviously one of their best players. I personally would put Brian 3. I mean, if anyone has any other person that could go here, I don't know. I like Brian.
I agree.
I mean, I'm looking
No, I
at
think
this
I agree.
list.
I think I agree.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, okay.
but
I would say
what about
maybe,
Wasteland?
yeah, maybe AMAT, but unfortunate news that they might not
AMAT's
be
not
playing
playing.
anymore.
I'm gonna drop some leaks that AMAT is not gonna be playing for Wasteland because he has like IRL stuff. So they've been trialing
Unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
they've been trialing new Flex DPS players.
Well, I think we could still let's still give him his flowers and put him
Yeah.
on his list.
He's good. I'd probably
He's
put him
definitely a good
4.
player.
We're getting
I-
around Dong. We're getting around Dong Waggler time.
Um,
We're definitely getting around Dong Waggler time. He's top 5.
Let's
I think he's a
consider
solid
Hatter
6 or 7.
before we consider.
Yeah.
Don.
yeah.
I know it's your player, your friend,
Yeah.
your teammate.
I don't want to be a hater.
I don't want to
I'm
be a
not
hater.
here. I'm
as
not
well.
here to hate. I'm not here to hate.
Dong Waggler is a great player. I would
Yes,
put
mate.
Hatter above him right now.
I don't think I'd put I wouldn't put Dongwon Girl any lower than 6. I don't think. Like
I don't.
I think
he
it's where
goes
we
in-
are.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
I think he's better than. I mean, I think he could be better than everyone in this list. Up, like he could be top 3, right? But I mean, Kraken's is obviously on a slump. So is MI7. That's why I put maybe Tanic B at 2, because we just lost that match. But I mean, I think Dong, it's gonna move around as the weeks go on. But I think right now, if we're thinking about it, I'd put Dong at 6. That's just my opinion.
Alright, Dong will move up. Don't worry.
He will. I mean, let's have faith in our people. All right, next, I consider is water's flex DPS, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I put
yeah.
Water 7.
I
I
put-
put Water 7.
Is Sai also someone that plays? Is he?
yeah,
does
I
he
was
play?
gonna say is Water's not playing much there. Is he?
Leaks Water will be playing full time now.
Okay, but he hasn't. Though,
He
is
hasn't
my
been.
thing.
He hasn't been for no reason. Like no reason whatsoever.
Sure,
So
yeah,
Sai
yeah,
has been.
I don't-
disagree with, like, that
So
reason.
Sai has been playing though. Would we
Yeah.
consider Sai to be a top 7 flex DPS?
I have don't.
I
I don't
don't
think
know.
I've ever played that.
I don't know much about the player. I know about Water. I don't know about
I have.
Sai.
I don't think I have any like engagement.
Okay, if-
with-
I don't know much about size, so if we want to put the combination of them down a couple spots, that's fine. But Water by himself is top 7 for sure.
I mean, I get if we could think about it theoretically, Water is better than the rest of the people on this list in size with them playing. Then we should have him at 7. If they are better than these people, then they should be at 7.
I can see that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
I don't mind 7. I don't mind the combined at 7.
And then
Is there anyone?
I was just. I
This
kinda
is
just
where I'm throwing out
What do we-
Pomku.
What do
Yeah,
we think
Train
about?
and Pomku is 8-9 territory.
I like Train. Like I think Train's like solid. Like not like just solid. Like
Uh oh.
Train's hero pool is like a lot like Dong's, where he's really good at like the Tour May, but everything else is just kind of off. Like what not as good as this Tour May. So
Here,
His
I'll
best
throw out
character.
my
Pomku.
Pomku take. Obviously, I'm a little biased, but especially in our last game, there were points where like Pomku would just open up the fight like consistently. Like he was playing Echo, Mei, Genji. He played Bastion too. Like he randomly just started playing Bastion, and he's just been like consistent with us because obviously we've had a lot of ringers. Like we have it kind of set up now, but Pomku's just been there the whole time, consistent. We have so much synergy, and we just kind of like are able to do a ton of stuff, and he's just so good to play with as a tank. Like he can just follow up on anything, and I can follow up on anything he does.
Okay. I mean, do we like Pumpku at 9 and train or 8 and train at 9? Is it because we have a space right now between them?
Yeah, I just.
That's what I would
put
say.
it out there for that.
Yeah, I think so. And then I have a name I'd like to throw out there for number 10, who I think is actually, kind of, they've struggled a bit in stage 1, but they looked good in their last match. I would like to put Rancid Randy at 10.
Rancid Rand. Tempest.
From Tempest. If anyone disagrees, we could have a conversation about it. But he really struggled in our match when we played them. Seeing him now compared to that, which wasn't too far away. I mean, a lot of improvement. Like he looked really good in that last match they played. So, I'd put him at 10.
Maybe a classified flex CPS. I forget their names.
But... Tempest just beat classified.
I think classified's flex CPS players.
Which one is that? Is that?
Dude, I forget their names. Is it Caesar?
Chisakina and Prime.
Yeah, Jessica and Prime. Yeah, I think they're their best players.
I mean, if the majority says that they are better, then I will allow it. I will back off. I'm not gonna die on this hill.
What if I throw a name here?
I'm gonna take on either of them.
Skyvenom. Console Goat. Console Goat.
Also go. You can crank out the J-Silly.
I don't remember. I mean, we played them, but I don't remember any of them doing anything significant.
That's time. Okay, this is like.
That's probably because they didn't.
This is like 7 months ago, so I don't know how accurate it is now. But last time I seen this guy play, he was playing Soldier 76 on Reaper. He was playing freaking on high ground, 25 feet away, shooting.
Skyvenom is your silly character specialist. That's all I have to add to that. Is that?
So he's like a budget Tannic B.
Yeah. Plays the Junkrat, plays the Pharah, plays the Echo. Just your explosion guy.
That's awesome.
Yep. That's all I have to say. I'm not gonna make any comment on where I think he should be ranked. that is where I will.
Make a comment.
I mean, defend him. Defend it.
Defend him?
Where would you, Dragon? Where would you put him? Where would you put him?
I mean, I don't think he's like bottom 5, but
we've avoided that. We're at 10, 12.
He's at 12. So
yeah.
He's bottom 6.
That's maybe another spot or 2 lower, but maybe
bottom
maybe
5.
maybe he's borderline. Maybe he's borderline.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I like this so far, and then these last 5 I feel like are pretty
interchangeable.
Yeah, I mean, I would put Guac at the top from Lekos Gamma at the top of this.
That's fair. That's fair.
Player.
Honestly, I
like
feel
Guac.
Okay, maybe
Guac? No, wait. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Guac's not bad.
Swap
Guac's not bad. Guac's not bad.
Okay,
I would
swap Guac and
Guac
Skyvenom.
Yeah.
I would put him higher. Yeah.
But okay, I'm not putting Sky any lower. I think
That's fine. And then
okay, I think we're at the point of no return. Of like,
I actually really like Sep on Insidious.
Oh yeah, Sep.
Sep is the
Sep's
better.
14.
Yeah, Sep's
and then I'm gonna be honest. I think Oath is horrible. I would put Oath is DPS at 16, and then do whoever's left at 15. It's kind of.
Oh my gosh!
I don't even know who's left.
Plug and play.
I really wish it's Spark from
the tank player.
Oh, okay.
Earn DPS.
Okay. Honestly, I know Sparks a lot. Put him last.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so
You put him last?
frustrated.
Okay.
He moved the tank for a reason.
So frustrating that Zamir doesn't play over this guy. Like, oh my gosh.
I'm at a friend server.
Put Voltage and Dylan above Crispy and SS.
Yeah.
Like, I'm at a friend server with this guy. He said he's still starting flex DPS, which is concerning. So.
All right. We got our flex DPS rankings. If you're upset about it, don't be. It's just for fun.
Be mad.
Right.
I think
No, this is
Be mad. Argue for
ping us-
yourself. Yeah.
Ping us in trans.
DM me a
discussion.
very angry message.
Yes.
DM Kingpin a 7 like Zeta gig fucking file to bomb his PC. Okay.
All right. Let's move on. Still DPS. Hit scan DPS. Number 1.
Oh.
I actually think
Oh,
hit scan is a little harder than.
I mean, we
I-
can't. I mean,
okay.
to be fair, I mean, at this point, we can't put Exod at number.
No.
No, no.
I'm, no.
Okay.
Trust me.
Exod
No, I'm
Exod
not.
is such a NA.
I'm-
He doesn't play.
No.
Thank you, Kingpin. Thank you, Kingpin.
Yeah, listen. I think I wasn't gonna say I think Exo needs to be a 1. I was just about to say that I think hit scan is a lot more competitive than the flex DPS.
For
Like,
sure.
like I don't think it's as I can't right now. I'm trying to think. I can't think of someone who's just like, yeah, they're the best. Exxon is good, but he's not even. He's played like 4 maps for us total. Like, he is our hit
Yeah.
scan and he's good. He's like a low resource player, which is awesome. But like, he hasn't played much, so I can't validate that.
Someone who
that's
I
too
think
much.
should be at the top, but I'm like, I don't know
Okay.
where to put them at the top, is Fatherless, because they played
Um,
tank in our match for 2 maps, and they looked great on
That's the
tank.
go.
But
That's
I
the
don't
go.
remember
Yeah.
them. I don't remember them on DPS. Like, I don't remember what they played. I remember him being a really good Jugger Queen, though. He was a really
I
good
think
Jugger Queen player.
Fatherless, in my opinion, is like a lock top 3, but I don't think I'd put him at number 1.
I agree.
Like-
I still
Okay.
think Lore is the best hit scan player in the tier.
I disagree because I think
Bias.
it's Kilroy.
I think it's Kilroy.
All right, but Kilroy has a problem with
Oh, what?
Mad.
Well, I don't.
A
Well, I
mental
don't know
problem.
that. That's not my. Listen, he can tell all he wants. He's still owning La Espada.
I guess so.
Like okay, I definitely.
I feel like mental fortitude has to be.
It
If it's
does.
like, you know what I
Okay,
mean?
I'm just saying from an outsider's perspective who doesn't know anything about that.
Kingpin's an insider.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, Kilroy, his mental's getting fixed. It's fixed. He went to a map 5 today in Consumer League. He didn't tilt once. In fact, he changed his pants when he was losing
What?
a map.
There we go.
He was losing a map and he said he changed his pants. The tilt's over. Whenever he gets mad, he just
Yes.
changes pants.
All right.
That's
all
what
right.
it is
If
now.
Kilroy,
I don't believe it for a
I will
second.
concede, I will concede.
if Kilroy, listen, if Kilroy tilt is gone, then I'm even more confident that he's number 1. I just think he's good.
Okay.
I just-
Number
And I haven't
4.
played against Lore. I
Number
haven't.
4, I feel like it has to be Xeno. I don't know. I don't know if anyone has-
Azino
Cena should
said,
be up there.
Azino did DM me saying he'll take this top spot. Please and thank you.
we don't take
Uh,
requests.
I-
but thanks for
yeah,
the- thanks for
yeah.
the-
He didn't pay me enough money for that. So.
Who's the hit skin for Amnesia?
Mattson?
Mattson.
Madsen? I think you gotta move Madsen above. maybe
Yeah.
Azino.
I
That's
don't really know
not-
much about Mattson, but
I would
don't know about that.
say during Amnesia tryouts, Madsen and Kory were neck and neck. I couldn't. Well, I didn't know their voices. I couldn't tell which one was on my team at a time. They were so even.
This is where I kind of want to throw an Exod, like at the 6-7 range.
I would put people who have established themselves a little bit more first.
Well-
like Milan and Istas, I would put at 6. I still think they're great players.
I have a little buddy that I want to just argue for. Floor
Yeah,
13.
can I put? Yeah, I would take
Floor
Floor
13.
over
All right,
Istas.
what are we doing, guys?
Yeah,
What are we
I
doing?
don't know about that.
What are we
I don't know
doing,
about
guys?
that.
No, okay,
Alright,
listen,
I
hear
don't
me out.
agree with
Hear me
that
out.
one.
Hear me out.
That's awkward.
Listen,
All right, let's.
Wait,
We're not hearing this
4-13.
note. All right, next.
No.
question.
We don't even have the
Dude, I'm
Spada
being
hit
so
skin.
unironic.
We
You
gotta
gotta
put
hear
the
us out.
Spada hit skin
You
up.
gotta
I'm
hear us
being
out.
so unironic. I'll let Creon lead this. Come on,
Wait.
come on, Creon.
You get 20 seconds to explain why Floor 13 should be number 6 in the league as a C pool team player.
Listen. Okay.
If
If he had a tank, he could probably easily like solo carry the entirety of Reckless Gamma, just like man pushing up the rock up the mountain. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You better
Floor
be careful.
13?
I don't- that
But
doesn't
like,
matter.
no.
Alright.
Also, I think if you
Floor
throw this
13?
man on Casino Royale, it's just done. It's a done map.
Casino Royale. What do you?
Not
what are
Casino,
you talking
Circle
about?
Royale.
Floor
Casino
13,
Royale, baby.
no
Alright,
mercy
well, we
pocket.
beat
Istas,
them on
mercy
Circuit
pocket.
Royale when he was playing.
Well, just because his team. Okay, listen. No offense to my Reckless Gamma brothers, but Reckless Gamma crewmates are not
We can't,
as good as MI.
we're not playing in hypotheticals here.
Dude.
Right. So I played against them last week. I will agree that they don't have the greatest team around them, but also they did not do enough to, like, be top. Like, if you're a
There's
really
so
good
many
player on
players
a
better
bad
than
team, you have to do more than what Floor 13 did, and that just was not the
Like,
case.
Milan and Istas are definitely better.
Especially on a role like hit scan. Like you can
Yeah.
take over fights. Like Istos can take over a whole lobby
I
on
think
Sojourn.
Twist is better. Twist is
I
definitely
need to
above
see it.
Floor
I need to
13.
see it to believe it.
I've seen S11 firsthand take over a lobby on Sojourn. That
Alright,
got
well,
getting first
For
picks
now,
every fight.
for now, let's take away Floor 13 and
Mhm.
put
Not cool.
someone
Nah.
else there. I
I'd
think
put
Milan and Eastos are definitely there.
okay. Well, Milan kind of weighs down Estos. So
Well, we consider
Whoa.
Eastos to kind of drag Milan with them then.
I feel like you gotta consider like the starter starter now. Like, you can't just like
yeah,
you have
that's
to more
fair.
prioritize the starter because
Milan played like only against Espada, and like every other game has been
Well,
Eastos.
then just put
He
Eastos.
played
I
against
mean,
us too. It wasn't very.
Oh,
just
well,
just do Eastos / Milan then.
Yeah. Milan's along for the ride.
Let's get rid of Eastos and just put Milan. How about that?
We could, and then put him number 1.
oh
Oh,
hot
no.
take, hot take.
All right, there we go. All right, that makes sense. Next person, I think Twists has a good
Nope.
a good
Nope.
no.
Nope.
Who is
Nope.
Twists?
Twist is
Yeah.
in this
Con
tier.
on Tempest.
Yeah, Twist is. Yeah, no.
I
didn't know
don't
that.
see
I-
a Twists.
I'm not gonna.
Is it a
stand for
Tempest
that one.
player?
Or Yeti, maybe on Eternal Blue. I don't know.
I've heard Yeti is. Okay, I'm not gonna.
Maybe
Um,
Exod on the Lost.
All right, well, I feel like this is where the drop off happens.
Yeah.
Happens a little
I'm,
early.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm
that-
gonna throw Exod on Lost Spada.
Yeah,
Yes.
Exxon. That's
I mean,
fine.
has Exod played a single map?
Exod played
yeah.
against Kraken. Exod played
He
against
did?
Kraken.
Okay, then we can
not-
put Exod. If he hadn't played yet, I would have to put
No,
him last.
Exod has played, just not as much as Amira or Net. Like,
Why is
but-
Amir classified as flex DPS? Like,
Because
Because
Amira
Amira
is
is
a
a flex
flex DPS. Amira's just stuck in Bastion jail.
We also throw them on Sojourn sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
yeah, I would just right now. Amir's playing more hit scan, so why don't
Okay, well,
they?
Fair.
Wait, okay,
I mean,
okay, fine.
okay.
I'm
Well,
ranked
if
on
we're
hit
putting
scan.
Amir, if we're putting
If they're
Amir on,
playing hit scan characters, they should be ranked on hit scan.
yeah, okay,
So
then
now
sure.
they need to be moved up now.
Now they
All
need
right,
to be
then. Well,
top
then,
4 for sure.
then you guys are gonna like what I have to hear.
I think you should put him at 2.
Put them at 2 or 1 for sure.
2 or 1. 2 or
Amir
1.
is very good.
If the court decides that Amira must be at 2, then I will concede. But I have my
I will
disagreement.
say playing against Amir, playing against All Spotted twice, Amir's the impact I feel the most.
Okay. Well, lore has to be higher. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I'm rearranging it.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like all correct.
I'm okay with this.
Keep it like this.
And then put Matson above
As you know.
at 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then 2. So it's Matson, Exino, Eastos, Milan. And then I guess now, if we're feeling it, I would consider floor 13 here.
Floor 13, yes.
Let's go.
If
Let's go.
if 2 out of 3 think that he should be top 8, I'm okay with it. Just because we're about to have fun here.
I mean, if we're getting floor 13 around up there, then Taken Wallet has to be around there because
I
Taken
don't even
Wallet
know.
kind of
I don't even know who that is, what that is. Never heard
Dude,
of that.
who are Dapper
Who the
Wallet.
heck
Dynasty?
is on Dapper
Who is
Dynasty?
on Dapper
I
Dynasty?
mean,
Who is on Dapper
we have 1 game sample size. Actually, no, I think Taken Wallet played our last game before that too. But I mean, Taken Wallet was doing some stuff on Sojourn. Also played May because Pomku plays Bastion. But yeah, I think if we're getting to that drop off point, then Taken Wallet is around here.
Alright, I
I
guess
can't really argue
we
above
could-
many
we could do
people.
that. That's fine with that. I'm fine with that.
I would
Alright.
I would say Nick maybe. I
like
think the
that pick. I was
DPS
thinking about that. Yeah.
I think the DPS unclassified are the best players by far. So I'd say Nick.
I'm looking at is Yuna on Sea Sources? Was that the person that was on Castaways last season on Discord tier? Is it the same Yuna?
No. No,
Was it
no.
a different one?
Wait.
Was there even a
So-
Yuna on Cosmic Castaways?
No,
or am I
no, no.
tripping?
You're chirping. That was
Tripping?
I forget their name. But they don't talk. I forget their name.
Is this a good spot for Yeti from Eternal Blue?
I think
No,
so.
I would put
No, you can't put them this low. Like
I
Which-
would put Will above any hit
Will
scan
on
from
Oath?
Eternal
What?
Blue. Yes, because the map Oath took off Eternal Blue. Well, no, the map okay, before Apollo what happened to Apollo happened, the map Oath took off them. Will like took over the lobby on Widow. Will is kind
Who
of
was
held down by
Apollo?
Oath. Will's a very good hit scan player. Apollo was a team that got banned from cheating
Oh,
L.
early on.
Imagine.
oopsie.
Could not be a
We're gonna talk
spotter.
about that.
We'll never get close.
I guess so. I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't know. I don't think Oath is very good, but at the same time, I haven't watched any Oath games.
I think
not
Will
winning.
is
Fake-
held down
fake
very,
fan, fake
very
fan.
much.
I'm not a fan of Oath. How can I be a fake one?
Fake fan.
Fake fan.
All right. I put Will at 11 then. Fine. Yeti at 12, but no lower than 12 for Yeti because
Yeah,
Eternal
yeah.
Blue is a B pool team. The player from B pool can't be lower than that. Next up.
We're getting in this range.
Yeah, we're getting into weird range.
I'm gonna put names in.
I want to vouch.
And we'll
I-
argue.
So
I-
it's Swagger Soar, Flubberbub.
Okay,
Oh.
Flubberbub is top
Twist,
133
twist,
OD.
twist.
We
Twist at
can't.
13. Twist at 13. Let's not get ahead of
I,
ourselves.
I
here.
want to do a little bit of vouching that Flubberblub on Hanzo is solid, and that's all I have to say.
I feel like with a name like Flubberbub, you can't be good.
Listen,
But like, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
no,
okay, okay.
listen, Gliscor,
Like,
Gliscor.
they were not good on anything.
That's just like a super funny
except
name.
Hanzo.
It's like shit fart 420, where like you can't be good with a name like that, but at the same time, like it's happening.
Like Flubberblub is a solid Hanzo, and they're not flexible. Like put them on Hanzo, and they're collecting. They're like yeah.
Right. My order, I would do Twists, so Con at 13. Then I would do either Flubberbub or Yuna, right? And then are we
Wait,
missing
do we
a
have
person?
Dak Game Boy that low? No way.
I mean,
Really?
there's just like not a lot of places.
I mean,
There's not really
fair.
a lot of
fair
places
enough,
for them to go.
fair enough, but like
It's a very like top heavy tier.
for sure, fair enough. I'm just. I think
I
Dak's
don't know. I don't have any gripes
yeah.
with this.
Any thoughts
any of
about
this.
bottom 5?
I don't have any
Yeah.
thoughts. I'm
No,
not
Head
that's-
empty.
fair enough. Fair enough. I think.
Alright.
I think. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right, moving
I will
on
chop
to.
back Game Boy and Yuna, but
You
that's
think?
just me.
I mean, but silly
Yeah.
seahorses. I feel like.
I
Silly
think
Seahorses
Yuna's probably the worst player on Silly Seahorses.
All right, I'm okay with that. I don't care. I don't really know too much about them, so I'll allow this. So Zach Game Boy at 15, Yuna at 16.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. All right.
All right, time for main
Now-
support.
Main
Main
support.
support.
Okay, let's do main support.
All right,
Okay.
Creon
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Guys,
I can't
guys.
say anything.
Guys.
I'm the one controlling.
I would
it.
put Creon at 1. I don't think it's undisputed at this point.
yeah, I think. Listen, here's my hot take: is that there's a tier gap between Creon and anyone else, because Creon not only is doing it. Like, okay, there
I
are
wouldn't say
plenty
that,
of good.
But
Just hear
not
me
take
out.
away from Creon, but I just don't think there's a gap.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll leave it at that. That's fine.
I
fair
think the only one arguable with Creon is Monty. Monty's very good. Like very, very good.
Yeah, I would put Monty at 2.
Or do we
Yeah.
want to swap Monty and Creon just so all lost spotted players aren't one?
Yeah, I would do
No,
that.
no. Do that for me. Do that for me. Do that for me.
Yeah,
do that
yeah,
for me.
Let's do
Put-
that.
put
Let's
me
do
at
it for
2.
both support players.
Yeah. No.
No. Hey, I'm controlling the stream here. I'm controlling
them
the
at the
stream.
bottom.
I think we're coping over here. Let's put
No.
Monty at 1.
I think this is what we're doing.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna take over real quick here.
I
Let's
would
put Monty at
say
1
I
there.
think Monty's
way.
mechanics
No
are
way.
probably better than Creon's because Monty
What?
has a,
I play a
Monty has
Lori.
a-
There
I play a
There we go.
Lori.
Dude,
we go.
Dude.
okay, Monty has more of a DPS and background and has played all roles at a very high level. So
Very high level. I don't know if I'd say that.
not a very high level. I mean, he 80 strafed over a pulse bomb last season.
Yeah,
So
it happens.
Number 3, I feel like we should put Cry.
Yeah, I
Yes,
feel like
I agree.
Just, like,
We're gonna
Absolutely.
such a
get Cry.
great-
We're gonna
just
get
Absolutely.
Grizzly.
Absolutely
All right,
agree.
think about
I can
Grizzly.
argue for
is
me.
that
I can't
Grizzly is
argue
my
for
teammate.
myself.
Grizzly's
Dude,
my
I
teammate,
tried arguing for you, Creon.
and I
these
like
guys
Grizzly. I think this is where we're going. So enough. All right, this is where we're going. All right, stop coping.
I'm not go.
I think
Whatever.
Grizzly
It's
deserves to be at 4, but at the same
Oh,
time,
I think you're
like
coping.
Grizzly. Grizzly
Mm.
does not show up to any scrims at all.
I think
He
you're
plays
coping.
League of Legends
No.
instead of going to scrims.
Who's the
I think it's
Kraken's
Meatball.
team support?
Mellow.
Mellow?
Melo's-
Oh
put
wait.
Melo-
Okay, wait, hold
I
on.
think Melo's
better than
6.
Mellow.
Okay, hold on.
Meatball's
This is
better.
this is a solid top 6. I'm gonna be honest.
main support is a very strong role.
Yeah.
Me think.
I think there's a lot of good main supports.
Yeah.
I like
Low
I
key,
think this is
Wob-
I think this is
Grizzly,
fine.
Grizzly has the potential to be #1, but he just doesn't show up to scrims. Like
Well, he hates the
such-
game, so
Yeah, he's such a great player. Like, and he's a great teammate, but he doesn't show up to scrims. But I don't know. I think Melo is good at 6 because I feel like Melo is the worst player on the team, but he's not a bad player.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean,
Whoa.
Kingpin feels that way too, apparently.
I don't
Yeah,
feel that
God.
way. I do
I
not feel that
I
way.
don't
you
think
know,
that-
honestly,
I don't-
Melo
I don't
walked up
feel
and
like-
poked.
Melo consistently.
I
from
I said I
watching
needed a
scrims-
call for it.
All right. As a outside player, from watching scrims and from watching games, Melo consistently throws fights. With
Okay, that's
things that he does.
I could say that about
you can say that about me. Say that
no.
about
Kingpin
me.
does as well. He
I could
definitely
say that
throws fights
about
as well.
a handful, but I don't know.
The thing
I'm
with
not sure.
is that you got like Krakens are they're all such great players, but they just make a lot. There's like a lot of mistakes that happen. I feel like there's always like, oh, we should have done this, we should have done that, but like
Definitely a lot of mistakes.
But they didn't.
they didn't. You know.
Every game has that situation though, so we should
Yeah.
go for him.
Every team too. Like every
Yeah.
team has a loss, and that like we should have done this, should have done that.
Not a Spada.
But I mean, if we're talking about we've been talking
Wasteland.
about weakest links on the team, like we've talked about that. I think Melo is definitely the weakest link on the team. Still a great player, top 6 main support in the tier. That's nothing to scoff at. But talking about like a top 3 or 4 team, if you're at number 6, then I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
yeah.
I
don't-
think
don't
our
think-
next might have to be like Momo.
Momo's pretty good.
I don't.
like
I
I
don't.
Momo's
put Momo
really
7.
good.
Momo's
Yeah,
definitely 7.
I don't think any of these other names are really calling
could-
out to me.
I could even argue Momo higher, but I like Momo 7. I like Momo 7. Momo's good.
I don't
Momo's
know.
a-
I think so. My next people would be put in because I just don't know much about the main sports because I feel like I just don't do enough research on them. Lost Sauce and OP Freeze.
Lost
Okay.
Sauce, baby.
Lost Sauce. Yeah, for people
Lost
that
Sauce
don't
is playing
know,
flex support. Lost
is
Sauce is playing
playing
flex support though.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I've
Okay, so
heard.
all right, so he wouldn't be. He would be with Lilac then.
Yeah. Lilac's
Okay.
playing main support.
Yeah,
right?
Lilac's main support.
What then? What? Okay.
Yeah, they
So
swapped
Lilac-
roles this season. They swapped
swapped
roles
roles,
this season,
okay,
which
'cause I
makes
remember-
no sense
'Cause I
because they were
remember
really
last year
solid
on
last
Avalon,
season.
It was Lilac on flex support.
Yeah, they were really solid last season, and I don't know why they were swapping. Because Lost Sauce, in my opinion, would be like above, well, maybe with Cry, or above Cry at 3. Lost Sauce is a very good main
So I
support.
guess this is. I think we're at the point where it's kind of taking the dip. Would we think Lilac at 8 is good? I think this is where we're taking the dip into the other
Yeah.
teams.
I think we need to get Pufa in there.
Yeah, yeah, you got Pufa
Oh, I
maybe
forgot about
above Lilac.
You forget
Yeah.
about Dapper Dynasty people.
Yeah, I have mentioned them and I feel bad for mentioning them, but like Pufa was
No,
on
I
Billings
think you
Boomers
should
last
totally-
season
you
and
should
was
totally
like
advocate for
very,
your team.
very good.
I'm okay
Pufa
with
might
that.
be above Momo and Melo. Pufa's just held back. Main support's not very impactful. Nothing they can do.
Yeah, and I mean the fact that Dapper Dynasty hasn't really been able to show much makes it hard to like stand out on
You
main
rated
support,
high.
but Pufa's
I mean,
still
you
very,
can't-
very good.
You can't hit headshots on Mercy
I mean,
for your Widowmaker,
good.
so
Get on that Pufa.
Yeah.
Pufa just go Widow.
Yeah. I guess just for the sake of time, we should probably go a little bit faster because we're at 50 minutes. If we don't want
I
this
feel like
to
we're
go
doing
past,
solid.
I know, but if we don't want this to go to 1 a.m.
I mean, we're not on pace for 1A.
Is what it
we're on
is.
pace
Is what it is.
12, so.
I'm just gonna
We
throw
said
out
30
Pufa 7 or
minutes.
6. Agree or disagree? Pufa moving up at all?
I think I
Uh,
disagree.
We're gonna keep pulling the
I
Kingpin
put them
drop.
at. I would put max 7 in place replaced with Momo. I think that's.
But
fine.
I don't think I don't want
No.
to like lower Momo. I
No,
feel
I
like
think
Momo is
Momo-
such
I-
is such an
No,
I
like
feel like you guys
I-
haven't seen
spot.
Pufa play at all.
Yeah, well, you're on Sequel, so.
I mean, I just rate
Yeah, and
Momo.
Pufa was
I
like
just,
undefeated
I
last
just-
season in the trans tier.
Yeah,
for,
but
for
we're
me,
not talking about last season.
Pufa's
Yeah.
the same
Talking about
player.
this season.
Talking about
okay,
this season.
for me, I just think Momo was like really, really good. Like I if I were to like be troublesome. I would argue Momo higher, but I think Momo's really good.
I would
I
take
don't think
Pufa over
I don't
a lot of main
I
supports
don't
in
want
this
to
tier.
lower Momo.
All in favor of Pufa going to 7.
I would Pufa
Me.
star.
That's
I'm
2.
gonna deny that.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
You a real
Fair
one.
enough.
Yeah, on God.
Espada
I
win.
just think a B pool player that's showing that they're really good should be ranked higher. Should be given the courtesy of being ranked higher than a C pool player that's showing that they're really good. Like I feel like you can't take that away from Momo for like their team.
It's kind of like
keeping fire.
it's kind of like what's his name on the Browns, the Hall of Fame left tackle.
Joe Thomas.
Joe Thomas.
Yeah, Joe Thomas. That's what Pufa is on Dapper Dynasty right now. Nothing they can do. Do their job. That's it. That's all they can
Alright,
do.
well, in 5 years, then when they're eligible, they can be praised for their time.
Fair.
The Tranquility.gg Hall of Fame.
All right, moving on here. I don't know, man. This is like gets really weird. I mean, Shadow Fear, man, bro, dude. I don't know.
Man, bro, dude, yeah.
Chris Kringle on Classified.
Oh.
Jacob on Reckless Gamma.
Your teammate's a good shout. Or
My
Yummy
teammate?
Mac. Your teammate.
Or
Your
Yummy
teammate's
Mac.
okay. Your teammate's okay.
I don't know.
like-
I literally know nothing about any of these players left. Like I'm not gonna lie.
I think when I watched the Reckless Gamma Classified game, I think Jacob and Chris Kringle are in like fairly like the
Actually,
same spots.
Yeah.
I
Neither.
think
would
they're
probably
both
put
fairly
those,
even.
I would probably put those two like next, like Jacob and Chris Kringle. Like those are probably just. I think I'd probably say like Jacob over Chris Kringle, but like that.
Jacob won the match, so yeah. Put Jacob over Christian.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about next, but I mean, G Prime and G Floor are definitely on the bottom. If we had to start putting people in,
Yeah.
just to kind of like start putting things in, and then I think honestly, in my opinion, Boss Man is second to last. I don't know. I feel like they're the weakest link on one of the worst teams.
Okay,
I think your teammate's
What
better.
team is Boss Man on?
Bossman's on Oath. I think Yummy Mac's better. I think
There goes man.
I'd put Yummy Mac and then your teammate under Chris Kringle.
I think Bossman might have to be 15 because we have Mixer Kitsune.
I'd put Mixer last.
And we're gonna have the duo from Shake and Bake. So.
Well, you think the duo from Shake and Bake is 15?
No, I think this is it. Whoa.
Yeah.
Put Bossman.
Boss is 16. Bossman 15.
All right, I mean, I don't know. Why would you put the Culture ones last?
They're pretty bad.
But are they worse than the Shake and Bake people who have
I
won
would
a
say.
map?
I would say.
Really? They haven't won a map. And really? They beat the Culture people have won games.
Well, I mean,
Game.
main support's not very.
I was gonna say game.
A game. They've won maps.
Listen,
They've won.
This is a travesty right now, guys.
it's
Are you
really
serious right now?
hard.
Guys.
It's really hard to
hard to
win a
find the
map for
distinction.
your team.
Okay, but to be fair,
It's really hard to win a map for your
let's go.
team
Hear
on
me
main
out. Hear me out.
support.
Let's go. Hear me out. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Okay, we're probably agreeing that the Shake and Bake people on every other role at the bottom, even if like the main support of Shake and Bake was actually some legendary hero, they still would not win map.
Yeah.
Oh, but they're not showing that there's some legendary hero.
Well, have any of us watched a Shake and Bake game?
I know from playing against Culture,
So how would we
sometimes
know
their
they're
main
legendary
support
hero?
just straight up lose. Them.
I think this is a complete insult to Culture, but
I don't think
know.
so.
If I'm not the majority, then whatever.
I don't think it's that bad.
All right, I guess we'll move on. Let's move on to flex support here.
Alright, guys.
Narcoma at 1.
So are we
Rocket
just-
1.
Am I
Oh,
only saying-
Rocket
yeah,
at
Rocket
one.
at 1. Rocket at 1. Never mind.
Oh,
Fuck.
okay.
Narcoma at 2. Rocket at 1.
Fuck.
Unironically, like I know we said Monty at 1 to not put the LS spot people, but Rocket is definitely the best flex support.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so can
I
I
don't
move
think
back
that's-
up?
no.
No,
Okay.
you're still down there.
This is
Uh,
it.
This is wild.
This is
Next
crazy.
next time you ask, you'll be moved down to 3.
Hmm.
Wait, can we put Creon? Can we put Creon up?
Yeah, okay. Move Creon
Oh,
to 3
okay.
now.
Yeah.
Riot 2.
Yep. Mhm.
There it is. There it is.
All right. Number 3 flex support.
Oh.
I really
Uh,
Flames of Raw is such a silent player. Like they never talk in chat,
um,
but he's such a great player, dude. He always is like he's super into like going to scrims, stuff like that, which is something that we need for MI7 people is going to scrims.
I rock with
goes to
Flames
scrims.
Raw. I rock with Flames Raw 3.
He,
Then
he's a-
Inexpensive, probably 4 or Eris 4.
Who's 4?
I have a proposition for 4.
Who is
okay.
it?
What is it?
Mimi.
4. Oh, like the player 4.
I actually
I'd
agree
put
with this
Eris.
Mimi take. I actually agree with this Mimi take over Aristotle. That's just me. If you guys hate it, you guys can
I
hate
think
it.
that
but
Aristotle hasn't really been able to show what they can do because they have to keep up Kingpin all the time.
I don't
Yeah.
think. I don't.
So
I,
are we
I,
saying
I don't think
Kingpin?
that's- I
Are we
just
saying
don't think
Kingpin
that's- I just-
17?
Yeah,
I
like
put Kingpin at 18, bro. Just like off the list.
You put me at the bottom of Discord tier.
I wouldn't put I personally wouldn't put Aristotle under like what are we at 5? Like I wouldn't. I think that'd be crazy. But I personally am a Mimi at 4 enjoyer.
I don't think the
Um,
Mimi at 4 is crazy.
Well, okay. So we have two. We have 2 for Aristotle at 4. We have 2 for Meet Me at 4. Kory, be the tiebreaker.
I don't know, dude. I just have to pick a name. I don't know who's better out of the two.
Then pick somebody. Just pick one.
Then agree with the spot
I'm
up.
picking
Peer pressure.
expensive.
All right.
We're expensive place.
I would-
Okay,
I
you know
think
what? I think it'd be funny just to put all the Wasteland players on 4.
That would be funny.
I mean, we're at that point,
Yeah, like we're basically right there. We might as well.
and all of the
Having Eris
all
out
of,
top
all
5
of except for
scrubber.
Kilroy are at the 6th spot for Krakens.
Honestly,
I
that's
feel
kind
like
of
might be a
fire.
little too low. I think that
Okay,
might be
but
a
we
little
should.
low.
I don't think. But okay, but I don't think expensive is actually the 4th best flex support. Like I know it's for the bid, but I think
I also
Yeah,
agree that I also would
it's-
agree.
it's not true. Like that's just like wrong.
Put in
Like,
put in parentheses next to his name, the real rank. Put him at put 6 next to his name in parentheses.
Well, just move him. Just move him. Just
It's
move
Yeah,
him.
move him.
Just move him.
Because I
Uh,
also don't think that their
I
tank is
think
the 4th.
I think Mimi and Aristotle are like super close, but I would give Aristotle the edge. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, it's tied right now. Like we're split on it. I mean, can we just give them both 4? Like, can we just name both 4?
Yeah, just put 4. Yeah, just put 4 under Aristotle. And then it
Yeah,
goes to
change
6.
every other one.
No,
So-
that's how it goes.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
how,
yeah,
that's how the
yeah,
rankings
yeah,
work. It's just you
okay,
do that
yeah,
order.
okay.
1, 2,
Then
3,
yeah.
4,
This
4,
one, I like
5,
this.
4, 4.
Are we okay with this, Kingpin? No,
Kingpin?
no, radio silence.
Kingpin's
for
gone.
Kingpin.
Rage,
He's gone to
just
sleep.
rage quit.
He's gone to
He's
sleep.
He's here. I heard him talk for a second. Kingpin? Alright, moving on while Kingpin figures out his mic. Number 7. I mean, this is where you get into like glitch territory.
Yeah, I think Glitch should definitely be
I don't.
up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like Glitch.
I like that there. I think they're definitely in like the 7. I mean, Cry's definitely a great player. They're definitely at the 7, 8 kind of rank. I think right.
Creon, should I throw out the name that I think we both know?
All right, just
I don't think we both know.
Yeah,
It's- No, okay. Listen, there might be some players I'm missing. Are there any other like notable players like we need to put up?
Triage 3, I think, is really good. I like Triage 3.
Okay.
I think they're way better than everyone else under that are left.
Lost Sauce, I think better.
Lost sauce. Slash OP.
Lost
Triage
Sauce.
3's Kiriko is super good. Like, I know it's just one character, but like that man can hit
But
shots.
that character isn't like relevant.
I guess aren't they relevant like the Zarya comp or like the Drunk Queen comp, whatever one of those?
Not
think
really.
Bad
No, Kiriko
I
is
think-
not that. Kiriko is okay in split comps, but not really relevant.
Yeah, I don't think Kiriko. I don't think you're ever playing Kiriko on Drunk Queen. I don't think.
I
you're
think
playing Kiriko on
Lost Sauce
Saturday.
could be better, but they haven't played yet. Or did they play or did they ring? Did they like ring or something like that?
I would also take OP Freeze over Triage 3. That's my opinion.
Okay.
I guess I'm okay with that because they are a B pool team.
Yeah, I think I
They
know
do
what
this-
name Dragon wants to
Alright,
throw
we're at
out.
number 10. Now we're at the drop off. So
I
now,
want to throw.
now I will
want to-
entertain. Now I will entertain these weirdo
Okay.
ideas.
That's fine. Yazim is solid.
Oh, that's not the name I was thinking about. Okay.
Who are you thinking? Who are you thinking?
Space.
Clock.
No, space. Okay, space is not on the team anymore.
Oh.
Space is off the team. Space. Space is not
awkward.
on culture.
Clock
I
is
would put
pretty good.
Clock in front of Yaxim. Clock is a really great.
Actually, that's fair.
I
That's
mean,
fair. That's fair. That's fair.
I'll agree with that, but I don't want to put Yazim any lower than Clock. I've played against
I think
Yazim. I've watched
where
Yazim.
you consider your teammate is at 13. I wouldn't mind Yazim being at 11.
Yes. Okay. I will accept that. Yazim actually has like some solid
put
pop
Clock at 10
potential.
though.
Yeah. Clock 10 for sure.
Yeah.
That's my wacky idea. There you go. Everything else is kind of.
And then
What
what
about
do you think about your?
Sirloin?
What about the?
21.
We haven't heard anything about because usually this is when Kory
Kory.
butts in about his dapper people. You haven't said anything. Are you sure? Are you not confident with your flex
Wait.
support players?
Well, I
Out
mean,
there?
we have two of them. Like, Altair's a DPS player. He's really good, but also, like, he'll just do DPS player things sometimes where he, like, doesn't heal me and I die. And then I get mad. I don't actually get mad, but... I mean,
Alright, well,
this is
would you
probably
say that
the
they're-
right spot.
You think at this point? Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
'Cause-
mind that.
It's just, like, a lot of it has been... You know, like I said, we had 4 play, which 4 was playing really well, and then Altair played main support, because Pufa wasn't there.
Yeah.
But
So
Altair
just
has, like, really good plays and then really, like, DPS plays, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
for the sake of being able to rank them, who is the cultured flex support now?
I have no idea.
If
It's not
Space is
Space.
here.
Space
Probably gonna
is
be
gone.
Muffins.
It must be one of their main support players.
Probably Muffins if I had to
Probably
guess.
Muffins. So we can probably move Muffins into this tier then.
Well,
I don't know if they're at 13, but
no, I think they're probably still a bit lower.
yeah.
Wait, what team is some what's who? Oh, sorry, I'm blanking on the name. Keep going without me. Go ahead.
Sirloin.
Sirloin.
It's Sir Olin,
Sirloin.
not Sirloin.
Okay, but
Sirloin
it's-
is funny though.
Sirloin.
But I don't. I'm not really that high on Sir Olin.
I'm not
I
either.
think Reku's better on Sleazy Horses.
is Sleepy Tiger still here?
On Oath, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that they are probably the 17 spot.
17, the last. you
A
think?
lot, yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I can't keep saying that. I mean, I feel like I can because they haven't won a map, but like.
Okay,
Oh,
okay,
he's shaking
okay,
big.
okay.
There has to be
listen,
some
listen.
sort of reason
Yes,
that
yeah,
Shake
yeah.
people are not last.
Yeah, no, listen. If you tell me that you want the shake and bake flex support at last, sure, I like fine. But
I don't know.
then Sleepy Tiger needs to be at like 16 or whatever. Like
16,
yeah.
sure. And then put who's the remaining person that can just be put in there.
They're Olin.
Sir Olin, sure. Great spot for them. Love that.
I feel like it's like, I don't know. I feel like I've just seen Sir Olin more for some reason.
We
I-
recently scrimmed Sir. We recently
Yeah, that's fair.
scrimmed Sir Owen.
Scrim
That's
bias.
probably why. Scrum bias.
All right, moving on. That's it. Oh, do we? Are we good with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fine with
yeah.
that.
All right, moving on
Sure.
to the final tank. Who's
I
number
mean-
1 here?
I mean,
Dapperman 19.
I would actually put
I put Shitfart up there.
Shade Fart at number 1. Yeah.
Yeah, Shitfart number 1.
Oh.
Um,
Listen.
I think Mania has kind of solidified themselves as the number 1 tank.
I agree.
I don't.
Yeah, I think that's a fine take for now.
And I actually have like reasoning too. Like Mania is like I think off tank players are like super valuable, and Mania is an off tank player who can keep like even if you want to say like Kingpin's a better main tank, like I'm not gonna argue with that. But Mania can keep up with main tanks with Kingpin. Like that's just how it is. Like he can, and so I just think that makes it like a really easy one for me.
I would put Kingpin at 2. I think Kingpin's better than.
Yes. People are sleeping on Kingpin for some reason, and I hate it. I'm a Kingpin. I'm his
Shade.
I'm
knight
not
in
gonna
shining
talk
armor.
about myself, but I will say in our scrim Saturday, shit forward versus me, it was a no flux zone. I whiffed all my fluxes and I canceled all of his.
That's
I
fine.
couldn't hit a
Hey,
single.
I mean, that's just showing that you're better. You cancel his fluxes, he doesn't cancel yours. You tactically were like, you're not gonna cancel mine. I'm gonna do it myself.
Exactly, yeah. You
Yeah.
canceled every flux.
So,
That's like the-
so are we
that's like the-
saying are we saying Dapperman 19 is 3?
I don't think so.
No, I want to
Um,
throw in the
Oh,
wasteland.
guys.
All right.
We can't be
This is-
forgetting about our wonderful host.
This is my take. Xylo is not good, dude. I'm sorry. Like,
No,
Fatherless
I agree.
diffs me on tank. Xylo is hard bad. I'm sorry. Just not good. Like,
Yeah, I
that's my
have
take. Not good.
also some behind the scenes stuff happened that I don't think that Xylo is a great player that they think that they are.
Yeah, they are
That's
not
all.
very good at all. Like I'm like Fatherless. I will tell you, Fatherless DPS player destroyed me on tank in maps 3 and 4. Like that's totally.
Wait,
them.
actually, you know what? I just realized that I forgot who was. For some reason, I had a scrim today. We okay. Spoil scrim bucks. We scrimmed them today. I forgot that it actually was fatherless on tank today. So I actually will concede about Xylo not being up here on tank.
I don't think
Xylo
Xylo.
played a
I
couple
would put
maps.
Xylo at like 8 or 9, bro. Like I
What
don't
what
like.
Creon?
He played a couple maps for like
Didn't he? Wasn't he
other
just on
tanks.
TPS?
No,
I think
he,
he-
well,
He's
he
I
played
way
a
think-
better
couple
at
DPS
Sojourn
maps.
than he is a tank.
But
I
he
think-
played
yeah.
Winston and he played Sigma. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think they're just playing fatherless for any sort of Junker Queen comp and Xylo
Yeah.
for other stuff.
But, like-
Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out. I'm gonna take back what I said about Xylo. For some reason, I was thinking about like the script today. I'm like, yeah,
Fatherless monkey.
Like I'm gonna start naming out tanks that are better than him. Like obviously the ones that are already there. Dawes is better. Gabe and Schuster are better. I would even consider Colossus to be better.
I'm better.
Dapperman is
Dapperman,
definitely
yeah.
better. Like I would put him at like 9 or 8.
Put Dolls 5. Dolls
Do you
has
think Halo 5 is better?
Dawes 5, Gabe 6.
I would
I'm
put
with
Colossus
I
Gabe.
think
over
5 is
Gabe.
better than Colossus.
I'm just saying, it's
God.
kind of like a Rhine Sigma right now. Colossus is probably a top 3 Rhine. Maybe a hot take, but Colossus is a very good Reinhardt.
I think
So,
Ryan is one of the
Colossus-
tops you can play.
I think Kory's better than Colossus.
I agree.
I
But obviously that's
I haven't played against Kory, so
Played against
I
neither.
couldn't tell you. I have to see Kory walk.
What team is Colossus on?
Eternal Blue.
He's on Eternal Blue.
And yeah, I've literally have zero experience against any of these players. So I'm gonna agree with Kingpin on whatever his take is.
I think Colossus is better than Gabe, but I think Gabe's probably a better in game like IGL than Colossus. So if you want to put Gabe above him, that's fine. Gabe's probably one of the best like IGLs.
Kory,
in the
are you coping about this ranking right now?
I'm not coping. I know that I'm at least 7 or above both of them, but I could be biased, so I mean,
Okay, I actually do want to stop a little bit of the hate train. Like, okay, against Xylo probably sucked against you, but is someone who's been starting the entire time for that team on tank, who is in a group A, really like 9? Like
think
really?
so.
If you
Like,
can't play Junker Queen, then you shouldn't be in the top 5. You can't play it. If you have to put a
You're
DPS
not
on
very good
tank-
at Junker Queen, man.
I mean, I can play Junker Queen. I
You
can play
can't.
every tank.
okay, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a little far, but I'm not gonna die on the hill. I just want to throw that out there that I think it might be a
Maybe a bit
little
silly.
silly. I think it might be a bit silly to put someone down because they can't like okay, sure, their Junker Queen stinks, but they're not like bad at every character.
I'm
and
not
also, like,
saying their Junker Queen is the reason that they're down there. He played them the first 2 maps when he was on tank. He wasn't good. Is what I'm saying. Like he played Sigma and he was horrible. And I don't even remember what he played on the first map because he didn't do anything.
I'll check the code real quick.
Check the
I think he
code.
played like Orisa or Ryan or something, and I don't know. Either way, it wasn't
Oh
close.
no, he played Orisa. That's what you said in our DMs when you were coping.
Yep, I was coping a little bit. I was upset.
Mm.
I mean, like I said before, if the majority wants to put him higher, that's fine.
I don't need him like top like 4 or 5 or anything like that. I just think it's starting to get like a little much to put him so far down when he did go 5-0 playing tank for them. Like
He
that's
also
not something
did
that's
beat
not something you
Colossus
can
in Saga.
like Yeah, like that's not something you can't just be like, yeah, I shit on this guy, therefore
whatever.
he's number 9. Like you probably have shit on a lot of people, but
I'm not saying because I shit on him. I'm just saying I don't think he's a good player.
I think I go 5-0 if I fill in for Xylo.
I mean, maybe.
I mean,
I'm not.
Wasteland
I've
is
never
clearly
seen
a great team. You know what I mean, they have a lot of great players around him.
I mean, sure, but I think there is a okay. I know they obviously reverse swept you playing 2 maps of him on DPS, and then he did come in and win. Obviously, it's obviously whatever mental. I know that you guys were all probably boomed from starting to get reverse swept, but like he did come back in and play the monkey on Gibraltar, and like
No, he swapped to Diva. We had him. He swapped.
Diva,
to
whatever.
Yeah.
He played tank last map. I don't know, and I don't know. I just think there's a like when you're in the top group, you're not really like playing with one really bad player, and then for
Well, I don't think he's a bad player. I just said that I don't think he's better than anybody else here. Like he like
Yeah.
like number 9 isn't. Tank is so good, bro. There's so many great tank players. Like I'm not saying he's bad. I mean, I said he played bad in the maps that he played, but it doesn't mean he's bad. If you're 6-0, you're not bad, right? Like if someone from the lower teams was on Wasteland, they wouldn't be 5-0. Like Xylo brings things to the team that makes them 5-0. But we talk about the person that's like there's great players, and then there's the one like there's great players on every team, all these APO teams, but there's the worst great player. I would consider him to be the worst great player. He would have to be ranked lower than the next person, which is expensive at 6. So he would be at least 7. But I think that Colossus is better. I think that Dapper's better. If everyone else thinks that he's better, we can put him up there. I don't care. I'm just saying that that's my thought. Like my thought doesn't have to be will of everyone else.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just all like 9 good tanks. I think that's all it is. Like
yeah, like there's great tanks. Like there's so many. This has the most great players, I think, out of anyone. If you look at it, if you look at
it's the
overall.
closest. It's the closest role
Yeah.
for sure. Like the top tanks, it's very close, and then there's just a downfall, and it's kind of obvious.
Like I wouldn't have a problem putting him at 7, but I'm just saying I think right now.
Wait, guys,
better.
we're forgetting about someone.
Who are we forgetting about?
Mr. Hexa.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Okay, technically he hasn't played for Culture.
Yeah,
right?
he's definitely a good player.
Listen.
But didn't he play like 5 maps?
Okay.
played 3
But
against Empire.
objectively, he diffed Gabe. Like I'm just gonna throw that there. Listen, he did only play 5 maps. So if you guys are like, we're not putting him high, okay. But he did diff Gabe, and I'm just gonna put that in this.
He can be 10. I don't think he's better than. I don't think you should put him against any other ones, because I think I think all these other tanks deserve to be.
That's fine. Yeah,
I don't think.
I won't argue.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put that in the stirring pot that he like if he's gonna start playing more, he's gonna be going up, or should be. We'll see.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it a little bit, I might have kind of went a little bit too far. I would put Xylo above Dapperman, just because nothing to do with you, Dapperman, just because he is in an April team. And I talked a lot about at the beginning about giving people their flowers, and I can't be that harsh about somebody that's on an April team.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is an A-pool team, and look at their average like ranking. Like, okay, like obviously there's a little bit of differences here and there, but I'm just saying.
I think 8's fine, because if you look at like which ones have lower ones? Like there's always one of them. There's always one of them that's like at least 1 lower than somebody else. Like Grizzly's 2 lower than the next person, right? And then Expensive's 2 lower than the one above them. So I don't know. And then we have like 3 A-pool. We have 3 A-pool players that are below B-pool players on Krakens, right? You have Dongwaggler, who's below 2 B-pool players, Aristotle, who's below 2 B-pool players, and Mello, who's below 2 B-pool players. So I think Xylo shouldn't be below any C-pool players, but we've already established that some B pool players are better than A pool players, so I don't think it's that. And since it is such a top heavy role, like I don't think it's that. I think 8 is fine.
Yeah. That's fine.
Okay.
I haven't played against him, so I have no opinion. I haven't watched him play. I haven't played against him, so I'm just going based off what you guys are saying.
I see a message from a chat from a Silver Tall saying Dapperman should be last place. Do you have anything about that?
Interesting.
Dude,
Interesting.
Silver
take a
Talls
vote?
is a registered coach on our team. He has not given a single bit of coaching. In our scrim today, after the round, I said like 20 things, and I was like, Silver Talls is there. I was like, dude, Silver Talls, you should be doing this. He said, I'm eating a popsicle.
That's
Like,
fire.
don't listen to
Fire.
what this
Hey,
guy
that's
says.
based. That's based.
Don't
You
listen
know
to
what,
this
though?
No, let the
guy.
man do what he wants.
Yeah,
I
Lab,
almost
come on.
wanna
Get in his
agree
face
with him
about
now.
that. What are you doing?
I almost want to agree with him.
Mm-mm.
All right. Let's move on, though. Let's move on. Next up, I feel like the next 3 to name would be like Hunter Tane on Tempest Halophile, and then that kind of makes kind of like the Lakes maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd probably
Frank?
put it in the order you named it.
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah, I like that. Frank right there, and then who are even left? Hazio,
Hazio.
the
Zanjamin.
Oath Tanks, Zanjamin, and then I don't know if Carnage still plays. I remember he played in Stage 1. I don't know if he's still playing right now. And then the Shake and Bake Tanks.
Shake and bake.
I'm okay with this ranking. Is anyone not okay with this?
That was a very intense first half and a very easy second half. That was that was fun.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. You know, it's all for fun. I'm not trying to shit on anybody. You know, apologies if I hurt anybody's feelings, but I'm not trying to shit on anybody.
I'm crying.
Just trying to make
I am
enjoyable
like
show.
crying that I'm not
in
number one.
tears.
I
on the main
will shit on
support
Kingpin.
tier
It's
list.
the only one I'll shit on. Kingpin and Winter, the ones I'll shit on.
Can we, unironically, can we put Creon back at 2?
Sure. Sure.
Come on. Come on.
All right, that's
Yeah.
fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, Creon should be 2.
All right, now we're moving on. We've done this list. If you don't like it, it's okay. There's always room for
Ping us
improvement.
our IPs in trans chat.
We should move on to the overall teams though.
Okay.
Make sure Creon can kind of put that in view for us.
I did, I believe. It's right
We
there.
No,
cannot
it's
see it though.
Oh,
It's
wait.
It's
blocked.
a little cropped out.
There we go. Perfect.
All right. So yeah, last spot at 1.
Right now, based off how things are going, you would have to put just for right now, I think you'd have to put Wasteland 2.
I also agree. I think
It's hard to
And
argue.
then-
It's hard to argue against it.
they got the win. They should deserve to be above the 2 that got a loss.
You wanna
I actually
say-
think.
I
I think
put
number 3.
Krakens at 3, MI7 at 4.
I don't.
Can I
I
throw
think
I
in
feel the other way
Amnesia-
around.
Can I throw in
Oh.
Amnesia?
Yeah.
Amnesia has to be in the conversation because
I feel like they're
for
up
their
there.
B pool team,
We beat
but
Amnesia.
they
shouldn't
looked
be above
very
us.
dominant.
Okay.
We beat it. They shouldn't be above us.
Okay, but this is a different meta that suits our team more.
Yeah,
So
that
you
wasn't that
gotta-
week 1?
I mean, whatever. So what?
I
fair
mean,
enough.
if you want to argue Amnesia over MI7 and Krakens, that's fine. It's just, it's so, it's kind of dicey.
I think the
I mean,
3 to
the
5
MI7, Krakens, and Amnesia are the 3 hardest to place because we have only lost to the number 1 team, and they're close-ish each time. So
Both are very competitive.
yeah, so you can't really downplay us too much for that. Our match against Wasteland this week will really tell where we are. And MI7's only lost once to Wasteland, which they kind of fumbled the bag
Yeah.
on. And then Amnesia's hasn't played any top teams since MI7, but they've looked dominant, really dominant. So
I did want to throw Amnesia in the starting pot, but I probably would put like my order would probably be Kraken 3, MI7 4, Amnesia 5. Because Amnesia
That would be my list as well.
Yeah, I can't.
I would say that.
I want to put Amnesia higher, but their games, like, obviously they're dominating a lower group right now. Like, so it's
I want to put MI7 higher, but I can't until we win, until we beat an April team. I don't like. We lost. We thought we were gonna beat Wasteland, didn't beat them, so we're not better than them at this point until we beat them. And
Yeah.
if we're not putting in the work, we're not practicing, then we won't beat a team like Krakens who does. So that's why. Or last spot of who we played this week. So I'm fine with putting us at 4.
I think it's a very competitive group though. Like, I think a lot of these games, like if you were to repeat a lot of these games, it would be like an any given day kind of thing.
I think there's 4 teams vying for the number 2 spot, and it's very close.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I think Wasteland, just because they beat MI7, should be 2 for now, and then honestly, you could put 3 next to Krakens, MI7, and Amnesia, and it would be fine.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Oh my goodness. I'm okay with that.
Frost Nova are an easy lock for next, right? Like,
Yeah. I don't think another team's gonna be up there.
So the next team that we're gonna have to rank, I think Frost Nova is better than Empire.
Yeah.
And I think Empire is better than
Mostly
Eternal Blue.
you mean Eternal Blue? Yeah. Wait. You think Empire is better than Eternal Blue?
I think
Yes.
they're better than Eternal Blue.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
I think that's where how it goes. And now we move into the. I don't know. Like, who do we think is gonna win? This is who we think is gonna win C pool, technically, if they're the best team. You know what I mean?
I'm sold on Dapper. Or Tempest.
Me as well.
Either or. Those
I also think Dapper with the roster is the better team than all of them.
But who is
We have a
on
roster.
Yeah.
We have a
Who-
roster,
who-
guys.
Who
So
is on Dapper Dynasty?
Kory's on Dapper Dynasty. You have.
I'm joking. It's the
okay.
bit. It's the bit.
It's a bit. I would put them at 9, and then I think. Who is the 4th one? It's
Classified. Wait, no, it's not. I
Classified
lied.
and
Reckless
Yeah.
Gamma.
Reckless
Reckless
Gamma.
Gamma. I think Tempest is 2nd, so I put them at
Tempest
10.
second, yeah.
And then
Then
I put Classified and then did
Yep.
Reckless
No,
Gamma beat
no.
Classified?
No.
Reckless beat Classified.
When was this though?
This was.
'Cause we're doing a week
this was-
1 loss. Doesn't count for MI7.
It was week 5 of. This was literally it was week 5 that Reckless Gamma beat Classified.
Yeah, that was the map 5. Like map 5
Classified
3
have
round.
lost. Yeah, Classified have lost 2
Well, then
map 5s in a row.
I would put Reckless Gamma above then. If they beat them, they should be above.
Yeah, like it's a very recent win. Like it's the same patch and all. Like,
Then I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
Kory doesn't seem to be okay, but it's okay.
No, I agree.
All right. Now we're in the Elam pool teams. I mean, I think by the end it'll be culture, but you can't just say that.
no, you can't.
It
Yeah,
happens.
you can't.
I would put Silly Seahorses at 1, or at 15, I guess, or 13, or whatever it is.
I think
my-
Insidious for that for right now.
You think Insidious?
I think so. Unless it's a team I miss. Like I want to agree with you that until I see culture play, that I don't want to just put them up just because
Yeah.
they. Like, I'm obviously biased toward Hexo, but like I want to be that guy who's like, yeah, he hasn't played with them yet.
I
Like,
think go
this
with
is
the
the-
16.
Yeah, I'd put culture above both.
I would put
Yeah, culture above
both
both for
as well.
sure.
Mhm.
Definitely
Sure.
above both. I think yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right. And then I feel like do we want to spend the time to do this last part here? Or
Do it real quick.
are we
I
pressed for
don't-
time? We can do it real quick if you want.
We're not really
I think
pressed.
you just put the 1s for each one.
Yeah. So like Mania.
Oh. what
Mania,
happened?
So who's
Mira,
yeah,
Najed.
Amira?
Whoa.
Well,
Okay.
okay, who's the best
And
DPS?
now the battle. Who's the better DPS?
I
would-
I can't say
Netty Edge
anything. I
better.
can't say anything.
Yeah,
I'd put Netty Edge.
no
I'd put Netty
words.
Edge.
No words.
Yeah, I think Netty Edge.
And then I would put Rocket at the best
Yep.
player right now. Most improved.
Mellow. I was staying on.
I actually was
down
gonna give it to
until-
Shidfard. Because he was on a bad
That's
team
a-
in Discord tier last year, I'm pretty sure.
He was not good in Discord tier last year.
Yeah, so he's
So
definitely
that's a good
improved.
shout.
Then
It's
if he-
between
okay,
Melo
Memes
and
aside,
Shitford.
he's definitely improved.
if
Yeah, he
Shitford
was
was
not good
bad
last
in Discord last year and is now like a crazy what is he
Top
number
He's
four
solid.
tank.
He's a
top
solid
4? Like
tank.
I like that is like definition most improved.
What team
Like-
was
Yeah,
Melo
push
on
it
last
forward.
year?
Melo was on
Was he on like a
Trig.
He was
Trig.
on. Wasn't he in
Trig.
Harmony?
He was on Trig
No,
last
he
season.
was on
Oh,
Trig.
he was in Harmony 2 seasons ago.
Yeah. I think
Melo
Shitford.
was Melo was like a top 5 main support last season in Discord
Yeah.
tier. So and Shitford was
Then
not
yeah.
even top 8 tank. So
Yeah,
yeah, put
Shitford for sure.
most improved.
Okay, biggest surprise, I think, just because I think it's La Spada, just because like usually I feel like in Shrank you think of like one of those org teams as one of the best ones, but like they just come out of nowhere and are the best team.
Yeah, I
It's
think-
hotspot.
Or Wasteland as well.
Like,
Yeah.
there's always these teams that come out of nowhere that are pretty good. I don't think there's ever been a team that's came out of nowhere and been the best and lost.
Yeah. So La
that,
Spada.
so.
Yeah. And then biggest disappointment,
Classified.
I've
No.
been saying Empire the whole time, like this entire tournament.
That's
Yes,
fair.
it's Empire.
I think
Because-
Empire.
No, I
Because
think Empire,
I thought
yeah.
Empire would be like a top 2-3 team at the
Mhm.
beginning
Yeah,
of
me
the
too.
year, and they haven't been that. So I would put, even though they are solid at number 7, that's not anything to laugh at. You think of them to be one of the top teams.
From an
Yeah.
outsider's perspective of like I've never been in Crank, like coming into the season, people are like, yeah, Espada might take a map off of Empire, which is like not even
'cause
ego.
Empire
like-
has a lot of veteran players.
Empire
Yeah.
Empire was hyped up and like
Crank veterans.
they're good, but they're just not where people thought.
All right, and now the moment we've all been waiting for, the MVP leaderboard. Honestly, even though they're not number 1, for the past few weeks, I've been putting Narcoma as number 1 for MVP. That's my opinion. Even though they're not number 1, I think you can't think of the best player overall. The most valuable player is like, that's not really what the sports leagues do. They do the best. But I think the most valuable player is
I don't want another support to be an MVP. So
That's bias.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
biased.
Well,
Fake.
I wouldn't
fake.
consider any tank players to be MVP.
No.
I actually agree with that.
I don't think any tank players deserve
Well,
MVP.
maybe Kingpin, but
I think Kingpin, but I think
if there's any MVP tank, it would be Kingpin. I think.
Kilroy would be more MVP for Kingpins, or not.
Do we
Kingpins.
want to
Krakens?
do we want to limit it to 1 per team?
Yes.
You
Yeah,
gotta
okay.
do one per team.
Cool.
Yeah. I would put Narcoma at 1. I don't know. Does anyone else have their MVP pick? Like,
I mean,
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
throw.
pretty
I'm
open.
gonna throw Ned. I'm
Pick
gonna
the
throw
MVP
Ned in,
from the
but-
top 5 teams. I think is the best way to do it. I don't know.
one person from the top 5 teams.
Yeah, I don't know if there's
I think
anybody.
if someone like Xeno has shown that they
Yeah,
are
maybe a
really valuable.
Xeno. Yeah, that's fair.
I think Tanic B should be up there.
Tanic's up there, yeah.
I think Rocket should be there. It's some form or another.
Rocket
I would
and
put.
Mario.
I would put.
No, just-
An Espada player has to be 1. I think it's Narcoma. I think Nediej also has a.
Okay, well, the argument for a lost spotted player being 1, if they have like, we put 1 for their team, we put 1, 1, 1, 2, 2. How could they have the MVP of the entire
This
thing,
is
which
the
is a
Atlanta
stack
Rain
team all the
argument.
way around?
Wait,
This
what'd
is
you
the
say?
Atlanta
I
Rain
don't- I didn't
argument.
hear you.
Yeah,
like
it's
you have like we have me rated as the 2, like flex support, but how could I be 1 MVP? Like how,
Like, how
where-
could
I'm saying that it doesn't have to be the best player. It just has to be the most valuable one.
Oh, how
No,
could
it's
be
not-
a
it's
most
not
valuable
MVP.
player? How do we know if they're the most valuable player if their team is just so stacked around them? That's the thing I'm saying. Like if we
then
put,
then you'd have to put the best player on bad teams. To be
if
the
we,
most valuable.
yeah, if we put like Narcoma on, I don't know.
I'm gonna shut down this argument by interjecting myself, and I just think Ned should be an MVP over me, like personally. Like
If we put,
All right. Well,
if we put
if
Ned
the
on
player
Eternal
himself,
Blue,
the
do
player
they
himself
be-
says it, then I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And then I think think Tanic, or actually, honestly, I think Fatherless should be put in here somewhere.
Fatherless. That is a top 5
Oh, I
team.
agree. I agree. Fatherless should be in this like list.
Fatherless is
Yeah.
playing 2 different roles for them and doing great on both of them. So I think Fatherless should be so.
So what's the order here?
I
It's
would
difficult 'cause,
put
like
okay.
what's the main thing? Like team record, right? Wasteland is 6-0. Or what, like,
even record aside, I think Fatherless. I think this game, especially against you guys, is like Fatherless is the one who like pretty much brought that game
he
back.
turned it around. He was the one that turned it
He
around.
turned that
for
game
sure.
around.
Yeah,
It wasn't
for
his
sure.
team. He turned
For
that game
sure.
around.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like we came into the third map, like, you know, we were a bit cocky. We're like, you know, let's just finish this real quick. I have a project to do or something like that. Someone said. And they brought it down the house and they turned it up. So
I will say, Fatherless, who number 2 MVP, did hit that insane Junker Queen ult against the robot on.
oh yeah, that was a sick ult. I was
Yeah.
like, he asked me about it. I was like, guys, where's the Junker Queen? And I was like, started looking around, all scared, because I'm like, is she my backline right now? But then she walked around the bot. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, he just ran it straight into the bot. Everyone on Wasteland is saying that was intentional, but I call BS.
Come on.
But
No
like,
way.
everyone's like, yeah, we like apparently.
What would be the benefit of that?
Apparently, Fatherless yelled out, "Yo, I'm gonna I'm gonna confuse them," and he just drove it straight into the bot. I don't think it's true, but I think that narrative
it could
is
have
funny.
been intentional, but at the same time, it's not a good play.
No, for sure. I agree, and I don't think that's what happened, but I just think it's funny if that is what happened.
I would put. I don't know. I feel like Rocket is more important.
Who's that? I can barely read on the Discord quality. Who is the is that
Why don't
Kilroy?
you just say
Kilroy.
Kilroy.
I,
Yeah.
I think
Did
Kilroy
he shoot
has been.
Kingpin?
No, probably not. But I don't know. I think Kilroy's really good. That's all I have to say. Is that Kilroy is awesome
I don't have much
at shooting
experience
people at
against
least.
Tanic.
At shooting people at least.
Tanic B is great.
Kilroy is
Tanic
awesome.
Yeah,
B is really good.
I don't I don't think I've played against Tanic B yet.
I don't know who. The thing is, I don't know who these teams are gonna vote for MVP. So it's like, because the teams choose who they submit for their MVP candidate. So
Yeah.
it's
Mm.
really hard to tell. Like,
Yeah, and a lot of these
someone's
teams,
probably gonna submit
will have
Tanic.
a lot of these teams have multiple players who could be MVP.
Yeah, I don't know who Krakens are gonna submit.
Yeah.
Amnesia's probably gonna submit
Rocket.
Rocket. Who
Yeah,
knows
I feel like
with,
4 out of the 5 would probably get sent, with
Yeah,
Krakens
we
being
would
like up
probably
in the
said
air.
Tanic B.
Well, Kraken, we just haven't talked about it.
Yeah.
Neither will
we just
we don't really care. I don't like.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was how it worked. We literally haven't talked about, like, I had no idea it was like you submitted one person. Like we haven't once discussed about MVP.
Yeah, you submit who you want for tank, role star, DPS role star,
I see.
and all stars and shit. Like you choose.
That's cool.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's everything. I don't think if we don't have any more thoughts about it, we can move on real quick and just talk about the Dapper versus Tempest match.
We have a key match.
We do,
not
but
really.
we do, but at the same time, do we want to keep going and talk about? I mean, we can talk about the key match if you want. I don't want to.
I was just curious if we had one. Like, we don't have to do it. I was just.
We have
Look,
possibilities.
Wait.
I mean, this segment is usually really fast. It's like a 2-minute thing.
Yeah. So we can if we have them here, we can do it. Okay. So the first key match is the feature match, which is Dapper Dynasty versus Tempest. Do we have a graphic for that?
Let me check. We do. I also just made Narcoma go for Tempest 3-1 for no reason.
Well,
That's awesome.
And me too.
Right. Well,
yeah, sure.
Let's start
Sure,
out with a Dapper player. Kory, you chose 3-0. Why is that?
I mean, we're kind of settling into a roster, but also it just feels like, I don't know. I'm gonna predict my team 3-0. I feel like we're a lot better than the C pool teams at the very least. And I think that, like I was talking about when I was talking about rating Pomku, me and Pomku, our synergy has just gotten so good on, like, we were playing Gibraltar, like Diva Echo, that's really good, but then just like Bastion comps when he's on Bastion, and his Genji too, like when we're on that kind of stuff, like all of those are things that work really well, and we've played every match together, so I think that we're just going to continue to improve. Poof is going to be back for this game, I think, and yeah, I just think that it might not be a 3-0, but I'm not going to predict a 3-0. Maybe it'll be a 3-1, but I think we're going to win.
All right, Creon.
I'll be honest, I just kind of I had what was left over and just put in Tempest for no reason. But
All right, that's fine.
but man, bro, dude, my goat,
Dude, the goat.
the goat.
Absolutely.
Oh
Yeah,
snap, man, Brodu's
I
on
mean,
that team?
Yeah, he just got
This isn't
picked up.
good. That's not good. So
Terrible.
screwed.
I mean, I chose 3-1 Dapper Dynasty. I think, like Kory said, they have the full roster here. They have some great players. Even though I do like everybody on Tempest, they're great. I mean, I picked them to win last week. I don't think they're going to win this week. I just think Dapper is kind of like on that up and up, and they're going to think, they're going to get caught with this match here. I mean, Narcoma, I mean, it's okay if you don't have any thoughts about it.
I'm gonna play the hand I was dealt. Dapper Dynasty. Sorry, what was the score for your game? You beat Reckless, right?
Yeah, 3-2, and
3-2?
we won
Okay.
maps where we played double flex support, and we lost maps where we didn't because we had 0 main support player.
Okay.
So.
Well, I'm just gonna say that Tempest are a lot better than Reckless, and this is maybe a trap game for Dapper. They are on the up and up. I won't deny that, but I think they're about to play a much better team than Reckless Gamma. So it could be a bit scary for them. Tempest could walk away with this win. That's all I have.
Kingpin?
Dapper's a better team. It's gonna show. They're finally getting a team together. So they'll come in and they'll take care of business. It's that simple.
Absolutely.
Kory's gonna
All
MVP.
right. Yep. We don't have graphics for the
No.
other ones, right? Okay. So we have time. We can go over it real quick if we want. So Empire versus Frost Nova. I chose 3-2 Frost Nova. I mean, if you don't have a map score, it's okay. But I thought about it a little bit, and I thought that just the way that Frost Nova is playing right now. I mean, Empire just got 3-0'd by Amnesia. I always think about if you lose the week before, you're gonna be on that kind of like, it's always about the mental, right? And you just lose, you're gonna have to kind of overcome that mental and put some confidence into you and kind of overcome that. But I don't think they're going to right now. I think Frost Nova they're so hot right now. I don't think they take this loss. So I think 3-2. I think they keep it close though. Narcoma.
I'm gonna go with Frost Nova 3-1. I mean, I just dropped my phone. This team is so strong. Like, I don't know. They're just very strong, and I agree with the mental thing. Like Empire, they've only had like one really decisive week in like the past 5 weeks, right? Like they lost to 2 really good teams. They had a close game with Insidious, and they just lost to Rio. So it is not easy to recover from like struggling and playing such a good team that came off such a good win. I think that Frost Nova just have this in the bag.
Kingpin.
Frost Nova win 3-1 or 3-0. They're hot right now. They have a lot of momentum. This meta fits their team really well. So
For sure.
I don't think it fits Empire's team very well at all.
Yeah.
So
I agree. Kory, you not gone yet? Sorry.
Look, I love Empire, but 3-1 Frost Nova, they're just better. Empire's on the downward spiral, but they'll take a map. They could win. I highly doubt it, but yeah, Frost Nova's just too good right now.
Creon, did you go? Sorry.
No, but I think Empire doesn't even take a map. I think Frost Nova is just gonna run over them. It's just gonna be a complete roll.
So 3-0.
Yeah, just
Cool.
3-0, like 2-0 every map if you can.
Okay. The next thing that we're going to talk about, not necessarily one key match. I thought about both 0-1 A-pool teams being MI7 and Krakens kind of really needing a win here because say they both lose, right? Then they're not really playing for the win. So it's kind of like a toilet bowl match in week 9. And then if they both win, then they're playing for a possible
Second seed.
first place. Because if we beat Espada, then we'd be 1-1. But if one wins and one loses, then that's going to be kind of like putting each other over. So I think, I mean, I don't know. I thought maybe we could talk about who we think is going to win on, like who do we think is going to get the win? Like, do we think they're both going to get the win? Do we think that one of them or none of them are going to get the win? I'll start with myself just to give an example. I think that Kraken's going to win and beat Wasteland, and I think MS7's going to lose to Espada. I think that we got to scrim on Friday. We're at a point where we've kind of fucked ourselves so hard that we just can't beat any of these A-pool teams right now until we have like established that. So I think we can definitely are gonna make some kind of run going into like whatever, if we're in losers bracket or whatever it's gonna be for the playoffs or whatever. But as of right now, I think we're just trying to kind of like play our best and keep getting practice in and kind of preparing ourselves for that playoff berth. So right now I think we take the L and I think Krakens take the win. Kory, do you have any thoughts on either of those matches?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think that MI7 hopefully will get back on track and be able to, hopefully for you guys, obviously, we'll be able to do something in that game, maybe win. But I think that right now, Lost Spot will win, and Krakens, they're still my number 2 team, even though Wasteland hasn't lost. I think that Krakens will win like 3-2. So.
Yeah. Kingpin.
I wouldn't. I thought about this like before April even started. Like last season in Discord, there was a circle of suck where every April team lost. I wouldn't be surprised if this happened, but I think Lost Spot will beat MI7, and I'm gonna pick my team to win because I have confidence in my team.
For sure.
So I think the same thing. I will say, I would say you said like who's more desperate for a win. I'd say it's Krakens. Like we haven't won a game in like 4 weeks because our match got canceled, and then we just lost and then a bye week, and we lost Spot twice. So like we need something.
For sure. Narcoma.
I'm gonna take Krakens. Like I have a score. Like I think they're gonna 3-0. Honestly, this is just like a hot take. Like just be throwing it out there, but I just think Krakens are really good. And I think that it's not crazy to say that Wasteland's reverse sweep was a little bit of a fluke. Not because they suck and they didn't play well. Like they had to bring it back from reverse sweep. But I've always rated Krakens. I think they're good. I'm just gonna vote it's my team. I think we're gonna beat MI7. I think something. Actually, yeah, no. I just think we're good. But I think it is a little bit of a trap game for us. I think that is probably one of the more interesting games of this stage.
Creon?
I will say lore being doubted is something. Well, lore on teams that are not predicted to win, he usually pops off a lot. So
hope so.
Makes no sense.
I kind of agree with like us beating MI7 and Krakens winning the Wasteland game, but I think that's not like a for sure. I think it can go either way for Wasteland and Krakens. I could see Krakens like maybe stomping, but if they don't get the lead early, I think Wasteland takes the win. But I think it's more favored for Wasteland.
Yeah, I mean, I think just to add one more thing before we move on, Wasteland's best comps were those Dark Queen comps. Excuse me. I think when you match those two teams up, I think Krakens definitely win that. Kingpin is definitely the best Dark Queen in the tier. I think those matchups they win.
Can I throw something out here? Just a little fun fact.
Sure.
That this Tuesday game is when the new Overwatch patch drops.
Oh shoot!
It's
over for us.
Patch? What is
Yeah.
that? Oh, the
New
Sombra rework and stuff.
It's the new season, so a new patch is gonna drop.
Right.
So that could throw. I'm just gonna say that a lot of games could be potential toss-up just because who knows what's gonna be good that day.
Do we know who's gonna get nerfed and buffed, or is it just
We
like
have I think no. There's a couple. Like we know. I'm pretty sure we know that Queen is getting nerfed. the Zarya's getting nerfed, that the Somber Rework is happening, and I don't think anything else is confirmed. But I'm pretty sure those three characters do have like they've been mentioned by developers that those are the characters they're looking at for the next patch. I'm not Jungle Queen. I might be wrong, but definitely Zarya, and definitely Zarya nerfs, and definitely everyone knows about the Sombra rework.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dragon Queen has been definitely popping off this meta, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do something to her, because they just
Ryan
buffed her in the
buff.
last patch. So
Please be Ryan buff.
hopefully you're right, buff. All
I
right,
don't think
we
they're
are
buffing
finishing.
Ryan.
We are finishing out today with the Chad play of the week. You have another Frost Nova player. Make sure to
I need to change.
You guys have. I know, but you have to submit your stuff to match clip submission. I think only like 3 or 4 clips were submitted. Make sure to submit your clips.
submitted
if
a
you want to
clip.
be featured.
Ned rubbed.
But
There
I
was,
didn't.
like,
I didn't
4
choose it
clips
because it was
and
like
2 of them
someone
were
else's
mine.
POV or something like that.
Fair enough. Creon sold.
So this Chad play of the week is Exino for killing everyone against on the other team without them even looking at it, and then he ajaxed somebody. So congratulations to Exino for this epic clip with no sound.
Oh, does it not have sound?
Does it have sound, or am I tripping?
It might have sound. We'll see.
Whatever. Who cares?
I think it's the Discord stream.
So he walks up here. This guy's just walking away. I don't know what he's doing. He's just decided he doesn't want to fight him. And then this guy right here, crazy beat from like 50 feet in the air. Yeah.
This is some strong aura, is what I'll
Chad play of
say.
the week, definitely. If you have your Chad plays, send them in. And if you have a play some scrims and you want your scrim play to be featured, you can DM me with that. If you because you can't submit scrim plays to match clip submission, obviously. But if you have a scrim play,
Make sure it's against another trans tier.
Trank team, another trans tier team.
Yeah.
But I think that's everything that we've covered today. This is a very long one. Thanks everybody for sticking out with us. Good luck in your matches this week. Hopefully the patch is good to us, and thank you guys for hanging out with us for Gold Gossip. We will see you next Sunday.
You guys.
Bye.
Bye.